okay? And if you'd like, just to improve this curve shape here, we can add another edge loop. So we'll go to Edit Mesh, Insert Edge Loop tool, we'll grab our tool box again here, okay? And this time, let's just do one edge, okay? One edge loop. Just click on it. Remember to hit Q to quit the tool. And then we can grab these new verts that we have here. And we can move them and scale them to give that nose area just a little more curve, right? So it's matching our outline a little better. So let's take a look at that. So we've got this nice, this really nice nose area coming down here, okay? Let's also work on our mouth. So let's grab these 4 faces here, and we're gonna hit Edit Mesh, Extrude. Again, remember to pull those out right away. And we'll take a look from the side, alright? And again, I'm gonna check out our reference here. Okay, so let's take a look at that from the side. Let's just bring to the end here. And we're going to go to vertex mode and grab these guys on the ends here and just scale them in. Again, don't squish them down right on top of each other. We want to leave a little space there for us to work with. Okay, so just bring them close, but not too close. And we'll look at this from above as well. And we'll just bring them in. Okay, we're going to bring them in a lot, but again, not too much. So we can still kind of see individual verts and they're not jumbled on top of each other. Now, if we take a look at this from the top you saw there, or from the bottom, this is kind of a sharp angle that we've got going on, so we really want our mouth to be a little more rounded, alright? So let's round that out a bit, okay? So what I'm going to do is add another edge loop. So we're going to come to Edit Mesh and Insert Edge Loop. We only want to add one, and if you remember, that's what we had our tool set to the last time we used it. So this time we can just go ahead and click, and it's already ready for us, okay? And we'll hit Q to quit. Go to vertex mode and grab these verts of our new edge. We can move them around a little bit if we want to do some shaping. It's important that we look at these from the top and scale them out a bit to give a nice smooth curve to this bottom jaw, okay? So once we've done that, you can see the shape of our jaw has improved quite a lot, okay? So that's all looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that, right? That's most of the geometry that we've done so far in this version of Sharky, okay? I do see that you started to do the shaping of the dorsal fin here as well, okay? So let's take a look at that dorsal fin area and see if we can't recreate it over here on our new Sharky, okay? And before we do this, we're going to have to move some of our lines around just a little bit to accommodate this kind of fin area, okay? So what we really want is, we're going to want to have one of these lines just a little bit in front of this fin area, okay, this dorsal fin area. We want to have this line coming right down the center of the dorsal fin area, okay, and we want this one right here to come to the back of the fin area, okay, something like that. Right. So we'll just reshape those. It's nothing too crazy. Alright. And anytime we reshape something in one direction, we will also need to make sure that we're reshaping it in other directions as well. So if we looked at it from the side, it's fine, but we also need to look at it from the top, okay? Make sure that everything is still making sense there and following our guides, okay? Just reshape that a little bit. Not too bad. Okay, so now that we're at the top here, we're actually going to do some different stuff with our geometry here, okay? So what I want you to do is go ahead and go to face mode, and we're just going to grab these faces. Make sure that you individually select faces, okay, just by clicking on them. And you'll see why here in just a moment. When I individually click on each face, I get only the faces that I have clicked on and nothing underneath, alright? If I were to instead go ahead and marquee select like this, just click and drag to select all of those faces at once, I am also selecting all the faces that are underneath these faces in this view, okay? So everything that's behind that, in this case the faces on the bottom, will also be selected when I click and drag. So if I were to click and drag here, I'm also getting faces on the other side, alright? If I click and drag right here, again, I'm also getting all these faces on the other side. So it's important to pick and choose when you're going to use something like marquee select to click and drag, and that's when you want to select things on both sides of an object, and when you just want to click individual faces one at a time, okay? So, in this case, we just want to click them one at a time. So we'll click on one, hold down the Shift key, click on another, okay, and that will keep the previous one selected as well. Click on another one with the Shift key, hold down, and still holding the Shift key, click on the last one. And always, before you do anything, make sure you look in your perspective mode here and double check and make sure you don't have anything accidentally selected, okay? That will save you a lot of time and hair tearing out later, just checking your work there, okay? So once we've got that done, what we're going to do is go ahead and go to Edit Mesh, and we're going to do another extrusion. Now, this time, instead of moving the faces, we're actually going to scale them. And again, we're going to do this immediately, because if we don't, we'll have faces on top of faces, and it'll be hard to correct later on. So just get to our scale tool, and we'll just pull these guys in, okay, just like that. So once we've got that done, we're going to go to our vertex mode, and we're going to shape these around our dorsal fin image here, right? Just move and scale them. Again, don't put these vertices right on top of one another, okay? And this one, we'll move back. Oops, see, okay, now that was a case of me just grabbing an extra vertex that I didn't want to by marquee selecting. So again, be careful of that. We'll just move these guys back and scale them down, right? Something like that. Looks okay. And these ones as well. We'll pull these guys over to the end here. And we don't actually want them to go all the way to the very tip there. We just want them right here, okay, where this starts to jut out, right? That's where we want those guys. And we'll just scale those in as well, so that we've got this nice shape right here, right? And then we'll also look at this from the side, because when we did that, we kind of moved things around in a weird way, alright? So we also need to look at them from the side and try to maintain the curves that we've established, alright? So we'll just bring those up. Bring this up as well. so that they're all staying kind of in line. All right. So that is the beginning of Sharky, and that is the point where you had gotten to, okay, so far. So take a look at the new version, and go ahead and try this yourself, all right? And make sure you double check everything, make sure it all looks nice. And once you've completed this, let me know how it goes. And if you feel confident with that, you can continue on following the book. Or if you're having more problems, just let me know, and we'll keep going on this, okay? So thanks for watching, and happy modeling!